What's up, everybody? It's your man Black Cobra back once again with the Wheel Life Show. Today we're going to talk to the one and only Kelly Chameleon. She just had a wondrous trip. We're going to talk, actually, she had several trips recently. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little bit about some of her Instagram strategy and her growth. And we're going to talk today, obviously, about everything we can in the world of EUC. So without further ado, let me bring in the one and only Kelly Chameleon. Kelly, what's up?
Hi.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What a fantastic day today. I'm happy we got a little sunshine outside. It's not rainy and dreary as it was. And you're here to sparkle up our day with some wondrous tales of your journeys that you've had recently. Because
Heck
I was
yeah.
definitely a little jealous.
Yeah,
You've
I've
been
been
some of
been on
everywhere.
a whole bunch of road trips. So,
Yeah. Name some places. Where you been?
been to Hood River, Oregon, Seattle, went to Idaho, went down to LA, and then drove back up the coast. And
Wow.
then we drove back up the coast from LA to Northern California. And then this last week, or these last few days, we just actually rode our EUCs to the Oregon coast from Portland and back.
Wow. That's a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And what would you say the highlight of all that was? What was the biggest highlight out of that, all your travels that you just did?
Man, I mean, I think that just because it's the most, I think the biggest accomplishment was riding our wheels all the way to the coast.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was pretty
Yeah.
dope. And we're definitely going to get into some of that because, and hopefully we'll be able to pull some footage in. This time I'll try and make sure I mute the footage so I don't get a copyright strike like I did with Mike from last week.
Yeah.
Um, so before we do that, Reed Carson, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Reed is saying, what's up? He says, glad to see you. Cheers from New Zealand. What's up, Reed?
Hello.
We got Spartacus. Hello from Minnesota. Okay, okay. E. Simon. G'day, Cobra. Simon, I forgot. Is it Australia? Somewhere down there. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So I did not do what I normally do and give such a long preview so people can get time to get in. So I have a feeling that we're going to get a lot of pop-ins as we go along here. Um, but the good thing is I always put it on YouTube so everybody can watch it back later. Because normally here I do it earlier, but that would have been really earlier for you. So this is a good time. Yes, he is from Australia. That's what I thought. It's good to see you, buddy. Um, I definitely have never spoken to anyone from Australia, so we may have to arrange something for over there so I can see what it's like over there. But Kelly, you were posting so many, and we'll go the most recent because it's obviously was the most is on your mind. You were posting so many of your stories, and that is what like had me like, whoa. You, have you ever posted that many stories altogether?
I think, no, that's definitely the most. I think that the only time other than that was when I was in Thailand. I was posting a lot to my stories. And when I did like a wheel repair um, thing a while ago, I had like a lot where sometimes I didn't really think about how many there were going to be. I was like, I'm just going to give an update every time we stop. And then it was like, there was just so much that I was like, oh, this was cool. This is cool. This is cool.
And it was. I was like, wow. I said, what else is she gonna show me? Like, and for you guys out there, I was just telling Kelly while we were setting up that I kind of thought she was not gonna make it back because I was watching her journey and I'm like, I don't think she's gonna make it back in time. I think we're gonna have to reschedule. And then
We
she
made
said,
it. It was a
yeah,
trek, but we
she
made
said,
it.
no, I'm here. I'm like, okay. So let me pull in your Instagram. So now your Instagram is up next to you. I know you can't see it. You're on your phone, right?
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
it though.
Oh, you can. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Um, so you can see the crazy amount of videos that she has posted recently, um, and it is definitely a whole lot of riding. I got to make sure the phone's down so we don't get a strike. One of my favorite ones. I wish I could play the audio because it was very funny. Um, Listening to the audio while you did that, you were so proud of yourself. You were so happy with your stair ride in there, and
The
that wasn't
funniest thing
even. Go ahead.
the funniest thing about that was like we were in San Francisco and we were like on our way to go ride around and ride down Lombard, and we actually rode across the Golden Gate Bridge. I haven't even posted anything about that because I had so much other stuff come up. But I'll have a YouTube video about that soon.
Okay.
And I saw those stairs and was like, "Oh, here, real quick, let me just go get a video of riding down these really quick." And so I had no idea that that video was gonna go like be so popular. It's such a random little thing. But yeah, I think the rainbow, everybody likes it's a very, very pretty staircase.
I think that I mean that added to it. That's for sure. It's not the same bland stairs that we normally see. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That one really got me recently. And oh, and let's talk about it. I just looked at your Instagram like a couple days ago, and you had 5,000 followers. Now you have 8,000. I'm like, okay,
It's
right? It was like right after our show. Boom, I was like, what the hell?
it's that video though, that stair video hit like 1 million views yesterday and it's at like 2 million now.
That's
And it's a little over
crazy.
it's a it's a little overwhelming. I was like woke up, I was like, "Oh my God." So I'm kind of like,
Crazy.
yeah,
So that's the culprit right there. We'll show them again in case you guys didn't see that. Victory.
yeah. But yeah,
And
no, it's definitely gotten very it's a very popular video, I
and the
guess.
and the and the purple leggings don't hurt either.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I was like, she's got all these colors, and then when she comes down and she's rocking purple, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you were doing it, definitely doing it. Love the style, girl. Love the style. Things
Oh,
like
thanks.
this, I love the intention with which you post. Um, and it's one of those things that I'm like, I'm so busy. Usually, before I was like, if I get out the ride, I get out the ride. If I take some pictures, I take some pictures. And I see something like, I'm like, see, now this is what I mean. This is intention. She did this with intention. I really like it.
Thanks. Yeah, I've definitely like got like a certain, I don't know, I like to get certain shots and it's really fun. The wheel is like a really fun reason to get out, and having like an Instagram to sort of like share on it, it encourages me to find new places. I like to go
Mm-hmm.
out and make the best of like each day to like try to like find new spots to ride around and new things to show people with it, and it's been a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So we got Brian. He says, let's go. Another wheel life. That's right, Brian. We're back again, buddy. Um, Man on the move. What's up, man? Good to see you. Rama, my man, the Jolly Rama. Coolness. Kelly's got a Metrodome Cube decal on
There's
her chair. Oh,
It's kind
that's what
of
that
worn
is?
off. Yeah. It's been on there for years. It's like kind of rubbing off actually, but
That's
yeah.
Metatron?
Yeah. Good eye.
Uh-huh. And then he said on her chair, my 18XL had cool reflective ones on it. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. Let's see. Malcontent Youth. What up, man? Good to see you. James Mucklin. There's my boy. What's going on, James? uh, Malcontent Youth says he still has not tackled stairs yet. I say yet. That's right, man. You better say yet because you're going to do it. That's for sure. Stairs
Gotta
are
start
really
with
not that difficult. It's
the
all up here. It's as soon as you conquer it in your head, it's a wrap. It's done. Because I was feeling the same way, And then I did it with one, and then I did it with another, and then I'm like, oh, I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta start with like a couple stairs, like find like one of those little like 3 steps and do
Yep.
that. And then once you realize that, you're like, oh, this is not really that hard. And then you just
Yeah.
keep building.
And there's one in my city that I'm like, no, you're not doing it. You're broken your shoulder. You're not gonna tackle those stairs. Before I broke my shoulder, I was like, one day I'm gonna ride those, because it's like they just built a new park, and the park it goes from one street to the next, and the next street is way higher elevation than the first street. So they have an elevator that goes up from one street to the next street, and they built a staircase that comes down, and they just
Uh,
unveiled it like maybe the beginning of this year, end of last year. I'd ride by it and I go, oh, I want to hit them so bad, but they're just too wild, too wild. I'm
I
like,
have stairs like that I look at every time and I'm like, is today the day? Am I gonna get on those stairs today? Not today, but soon.
so here was another thing we talked about in that brief interview, but now I can show it. You ride it on the top of the wheel. And you told me that only took you like 5 minutes to learn?
Yeah, so I'd seen people do it, but I was like, oh, no, that looks impossible. And then my friend Douglas was like, no, I can teach you how to do this. I just learned how to do this. You can do it. And I kept being like, no, 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 but okay, I'll try it. And yeah, he showed me the foot placement, and showed me the sort of like way that you get up and down from it. And you kind of, I don't know if you can do it on every model because like the way that the 18XL handle
Mm-hmm.
goes up in between like your calves
Yep.
is part of like you're kind of like holding on to that to help steer it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm sure if you had really, really good balance, you could just balance straight on top of that. But the handle between your legs really like helps that. But
Mm-hmm.
I just practiced getting up and down because that's the scariest thing when you're up when you're doing that. You're just like, well, how do you get off of it, right?
Yeah.
And so I just practiced just getting up and down for like a minute, like 60 seconds. I was just like up, down, up, down, up, down. And then I tried it and I was like, oh my God, I'm riding on top of the wheel. But I've looked at doing it on a couple other models, but any of the other smaller King songs, the power button is on top, and so
Yeah.
you can accidentally turn the wheel off by stepping on it.
Yep.
And
The
I'm not sure.
16X.
I think you could do it on the 16X,
Yeah.
but the 18XL, the way that the handle and the top is, gives it the perfect place for your feet. And so it's like yeah. I've been looking at the other wheels to see if it's possible
Have
to
you
do it
looked
on any
at?
other
Did you look
model.
at the 16X?
I haven't looked closely
Yeah.
enough
When
at it.
when I saw you do it, I said that's perfect, because the 18XL, it has a little dip in the top, right?
Yeah,
Well, on the 16X, it's straight, so your feet would be
that would be
even
even
better.
easier.
And
Yeah, yeah.
the handle is the same. It goes crossways right between your thighs like that. And I'm like, when I saw you do it, I was like, I can do that on the 16X. But then I don't know if you saw my video, I just sold it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I sold it 2 days ago. I was like, oh, not happy, not happy. But
Yeah, I bet it wasn't hard to sell. Everybody wants the 16X right now.
well, every time I mentioned it, somebody asked me about it, and I was like, yeah, yeah, I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it. And then finally, I said, you know what? Stop saying that. If you're gonna do it, just do it. And I was
Yeah.
thinking about the V12, and and I'm like, I can't have all these wheels. I just can't. I promised I wouldn't. I'm trying to be good.
Yeah, I have a hard time wanting all the wheels. I want a Monster Pro now. I have a deposit on the V12. I just
Mm-hmm.
got the RS though. And I'm kind of like I
I
can't
like,
have all I didn't need all of these wheels.
yeah, I
I
like
can't
this.
afford all these. I can't afford
Yeah,
to
that's
own
the
like
problem.
7 wheels.
I like this picture too, and I believe I just saw that picture featured on another.
Yeah, Power of Mobility made a cool like lightning bolt like
Yeah,
remix
yeah.
of the photo that looks really cool.
I was like, I saw the thing, and I said, "That's Kelly's photo." Like, that's when I you're doing good, because I knew it was your photo. and I can't
Like
see
right
you.
away.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's Kelly. Um, and we had just done the interview, so I was looking at your stuff, and I was like, I've seen that before, and I'm like, I know where I've seen that. So here's another stair one that got me before, because I like that one because your speed and intent. You were like, I'm gonna whoop these stairs ass right now.
Well, that's the thing about stairs is like, um, you kind of have to, depending on the depth of the stairs, kind of how fast you go, because you kind of want to like glide over
Mm-hmm.
the edges. And
Yep.
so with the wider, more shallow steps, you want to go faster so that you're not hitting down, dun, 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 dun. And so yeah, the wider and more shallow the steps are, the faster you want to go, and then the shorter and steeper, kind of the slower you want to go. You don't want to skip steps, and so the speed that you go downstairs matters based on like what kind of stairs they are.
So malcontent youth. I hope you heard that little lesson there for you from Kelly Chameleons. Let's see. Let's see. Real Talk, my boy Real Talk. What's up, man? He said, is she a skateboarder or a motorcyclist?
Neither.
She is not. But she was before this. She was what did you say you were
Well,
in
I still do. So I came into the electric unicycle through like the circus and flow
circus?
arts community. Yeah,
Hey, Real Talk. Thanks, brother. I appreciate the donation. Okay, so you were saying,
that's
I'm sorry.
exciting. No worries. Yeah, so I got into the electric unicycle through like the circus and flow arts community. So I used to do like a lot of like, and I still do, but not as much since like COVID has kind of shut down like gatherings, or I guess they're coming back now. But
Mm-hmm.
um, through like fire spinning and performance, like hula hooping, juggling, all of that kind of stuff. And
Nice.
the unicycle is obviously pretty like popular among circus people. And when people heard about the electric unicycle, of course they were interested in that, and people started using them while juggling and started bringing them around these like festivals and stuff. And that was kind of like my first like introduction to them, was learning how to use them from jugglers.
And that is like exactly one of the things that make it so easy to see. It's like you can get sucked into these things so quickly, especially if you're already like, I think we're adventurous. I think
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it draws the adventurous people. And so here's one of my examples. When I felt the same way, I was like, I got this. And
Yeah.
that day, I was riding the EX. I was like, I can do stairs on the EX. And oh, as a matter of fact, this one, the music is not copywritten. So let's see if I can. I'm like, oh, no, I can't pull it up. But if you notice, when I was going down, I banged the camera on the
Oh,
ground.
oh,
Boop, right there at
no.
the end. It's like, boop.
Oh, is the lens okay?
Yeah, that was the Insta 360 1R. And I was like, I just hit the camera. And I never really pulled the angle from that either. That's what's so funny. I meant to pull the opposite angle so you could see I was gonna do,
The wheel, yeah.
yeah, going down and then the wheel, and then going down and then the wheel. But I have a lot of footage like that I was supposed to pull, just
Oh
never
my
did.
God.
So
I
much,
know how
man.
that goes. I have a lot of footage that I've taken that never see, it just dies in the cloud.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just
There's so
exists.
much, and I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I see what you're doing, and I'm like so excited because I haven't focused on Instagram at all. I've always focused on YouTube, and then I was like, wait a minute, because I don't remember how many you had when I first saw you, and then boom, you were in the thousands. I'm like, okay, wait, wait, wasn't she? And then you're 5,000. I'm like, okay, now 8,000. I'm like, good lord! Every time I look, she's like doubling and tripling, and
It's over. Yeah, it's overwhelming. I'm
I
like,
love
wow.
it. I love it. It's a great thing. But I was looking at it and I was like, you know what? Because one of the things do you do, and there was I was looking at it said you focus on reels, and I'm like, well, that's what they want you to do, and that's what they're pushing, and I'm like, great, and I always forget to, but I see that they're
The nice thing about Reels is that you can actually use music, and like that's been a really frustrating thing for many years, especially wanting to do like hooping videos and like juggling or any sort of
Mhm.
like dance stuff, because you'd hear a cool song that you want to dance to, and then you can't post videos of it anywhere because
Yeah,
there's all the copyright and stuff. And so that has been like a really frustrating thing for a lot of like just like dancers and like movement based people. And so reels have actually been like kind of cool. Like TikTok and reels have been cool because like it gives like dancers the opportunity to actually like put videos out to the music that we want to, even if it does have to be like short, you know.
yeah,
And so
and
it's been really nice to be able to do that.
that's another one of the things that I have to focus on because I have, I pay for a subscription to music, so I am for Epidemic Sound, which I love because I love their
Oh, I have
music.
that one too. I like it.
Yeah, I love their music, so I'm like I always use that, but then I thought about it later when I see all these channels growing and mine doesn't. I was like, you know what? It's also the music because people are listening to what they want to hear, and I'm like, you know what? I think um, I'm gonna focus on that for that, and then keep it separate. It's just too overwhelming when I had I was police, military, and this on the side, and the family. I'm like I just don't have time, but it definitely works. You can see it. Like yours is like the prime example that I use when I talk to people about it. I'm like, trust me, I got a good example for you, and I point them to you. Um, but yeah, I mean, let's go to one of your other trips here. Yeah. How do you feel when you see that?
I love that one. I was really excited. I like ran that jump probably like 10 or 20 times just over and over and over again. That was a cool day. That was on the 433 ride. We had like a bunch of people come, and this is up at Post Canyon in Oregon. And this jump line is called Middle School. And it's a really nice like easy jump line to practice on because it doesn't have the big dips, like it doesn't have the big cutout
Yeah,
in the middle. And so like if you don't clear it, it's okay. You just land on the top of it. Because clearing the big gaps is like a lot more intimidating. Um, but yeah, we it was after we'd done a bunch of riding, and we just kind of did that one over and over and over again. And I finally like was consistently clearing it every time. So that felt really good. It was kind of one of the bigger jumps that I'd been like consistently
nice,
landing properly.
nice. And that's what's funny when I look at it is that I saw one of the before this, and you were like, you're like, oh boy, okay, my turn, and you just rolled over it, and then there was one where you were like, oh, and I could see him teaching you, and like, and you got better and better, and I was like, and then I saw this one, I was like, see, she got it now, so that was
Yeah,
pretty
so on my
good.
YouTube channel, I actually, you're talking about getting, focusing more on Instagram, and I actually just started a YouTube channel, not really like knowing exactly what it was going to be or how I was going to like, what I was going to do. I just I wanted to start doing longer videos, because look, like clipping everything down to like 1 minute or
It,
lower has always been kind of a struggle.
it's tough.
So I made my channel, and we went up to Post Canyon with it was me, Douglas, and Mike, and which has
Mike
been kind of my like,
Leahy.
yeah, Mike Leahy and Doug Marshall. They've kind of been my jumping crew.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of like just days at Post Canyon or riding around and hitting jumps, and yeah, it was cool to get some tips and have him just kind of like watch me run it over and over again.
Hmm.
And he'd take a video, and then I'd come back and we'd look at it, and we'd kind of slow the video down and say like, okay, here's where here's where you're bending your knees wrong, and this is where you're like you need to like put a little more speed or slow down, and then able to like do it again. So it's kind of like having like a coach.
Yeah, one of the things I liked about watching the video. Here's another one with that one where he when he laid down and got the underview. That was like incredible. There, that's Mike there. Um,
Yeah,
and
and then that's Douglas
that
laying
was
down
Doug laying
underneath
down.
it. And that happened so fast. I was like, wait, what are you guys doing? Oh my God, what are you doing? Ah, okay, okay. It's like,
I
oh God.
like you caught like part of that on your YouTube. I was like, okay, okay, and that's why I like caught some of it when he was telling you to bend your knees, and you're like he's telling me to bend my knees. I'm trying to, and then I saw that and I was like, yeah, I see the same thing. He's gonna jump him. I'm like, okay. I was like,
I
all
know.
right. I was waiting for you to lay down. I was like, okay, so I guess she's gonna lay down too.
Oh yeah, like jump both of us. I know we should do it. We should see how many people Mike can jump.
Yeah.
We should just like have everyone like lay down. On one of the rides too, we did a group picture underneath him as he jumped over everyone.
Oh man, that's crazy. That was some good times there. Um, like
Yeah, that
that
was like
one,
a little fun.
yeah, that one seemed like you were a little more intimidated, and
Yeah.
that was a little earlier, right?
Yeah, that was like the first time that we went up there. So I
Yeah.
wasn't like quite as comfortable with it. And yeah, like I said, like that last one, that was after I had like done it like 20, 30 times. And then this one too, like it's
Woohoo!
like a little squiggly on that
Yeah,
last landing. But
yeah, yeah. But you did it, and you were like,
yeah.
you were so stoked right there. That's what killed me. You're like, I was
It
like,
is though. It's such a I mean these are like pretty small jumps too, but I actually I actually got hurt on one of those jumps the first time I went up there. I cased the jump and kind of like hurt my like I like tweaked my knee a little bit. It wasn't like bad or anything. It was like a couple days of just kind of having like a little soreness.
yeah,
Um, but it felt good to go back and like hit those jumps successfully.
yeah. Well, it's really fun to watch, especially to any of us wheel riders, because everybody in this chat room right now will be the same way. Like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like, you get it's exciting for other people who don't know anything about it, but for us that know what you're doing, because my favorite thing is what you're doing right here, off road. I love it. Like
Yeah.
the if the video where I took the EX off road, you can tell how much fun I had in the woods, and I was by myself, and it was
Yeah.
a mountain bike trail, and it had so many curves between tight trees, and I was like, whoo whoo. I had to take a break. I was like, whoo whoo. So when I see you do this, I get so pumped. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to and Mike was telling me about that app he uses to find these trails. So I will be researching some of that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Off-road trails are like off-roading is like one of my favorite things. Like I mean, I like to do I don't know, I like pretty much all styles of riding.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like off-roading is definitely the part like the riding that I'm I've grown the most in, the most that
Mm-hmm.
I've like, I feel like there's the most like there's the most like room for growth. Like street riding is street riding, like you pretty much can go fast and avoid obstacles and like stuff like that.
Yeah,
And like but as far as like like getting better and mastering it, I think that like doing a lot of off-road and technical trails make you a much better rider. And also I mean it makes you better at riding on the streets too, like
yeah,
because when you're going through like off-road
without,
stuff you hit a lot of like loose dirt and sticks, and
yeah,
there's
a
all these like
lot.
little like twigs and things that you can clip a pedal on. And
Yep.
so I think like mastering those trails really helps you. And then you get back on the street and you're like, oh, like little thing in the street and just hop over that. Like,
That's
no
exactly
problem.
why I love it. Plus, off road is exciting. There's always something next. You don't know what's coming around the corner. You have to
Yeah.
adjust, and it's fun. Like the fun, just it's crazy. But that's why when I'm in the street, I'm like woohoo, carving, and I can't help it. I can't sit still because I'm looking for that fun. So
Yeah.
Malcontent you says that was so cool. That was the stairs he was talking about. He said she's a total badass.
Thanks.
Ah, so Michael says too many wheels, up to 3 now. I just added an M10 3 to the lineup, but all are so fun. Yo, listen, Mike, you're preaching to the choir, brother, because I would have like 15 and not even thinking about it, but yeah, the wife ain't having that. So
Oh yeah, my roommate, I mean we both ride, but like our hallway is crazy right now because like I have two I have a couple wheels that some of my friends have given me to fix
oh
and like to work
no.
on. So we've got like 8 wheels in
Oh
our
my
hallway.
god. Oh my
It's like
god, Kelly.
like
Oh,
and then I
speaking.
just borrowed a one wheel from my friend too because I want to like start working on one wheel. And so
Yeah.
we've got like a one wheel, we've got all these other wheels in the hallway and she's just like, "What do why do we have this many wheels here?"
You got a
And I'm
wheel
like,
shop. Now you got a wheel shop. Well, you
"Kind
know
of
what's funny
actually."
is I rode the one wheel a couple times, and it I felt so shaky on it, like wobbly, and I'm like I could get it, but I don't know. I just and I came from snowboarding. Oh, and as a matter of fact, my mic is way over here. I don't even know if I came from snowboarding, but um I still like absolutely love um oh, I should just get that. Love riding the EUC because even though it's different angle, because a lot of people go to the one wheel and they're like, it feels like snowboarding, but I don't like the tip. Like when you to go fast, you got to tip it and get it close to the ground, and I'm like, I just don't like that
Yeah,
dynamic.
he like rides like
Yeah,
ugh. I just want to learn how to do like the like little tricks and like a couple things and just like in general just like being able to do
yeah,
it because it's a challenge and just to
yep,
be able to pick one up and
yep.
hop on it and I
You're a
see
dare,
like
you're
they just
you're a daredevil.
well and I see all the one wheelers they have a lot more um like tricks that they can do. It's got like a bit more of like the skate, surf, snowboard culture to it.
Yeah,
Like they kind of has carried over. And the EUC culture, like oh, I don't know, the EUC like doesn't really have that, and we can't. There's not really like a lot of freestyle like
hmm
stuff. There's like the jumps, but we don't have like a lot of like little tricks yet. And
yeah.
so
People are
um, yeah,
developing them because I see a lot of people doing more things, a lot of one-legged things, a lot of people, jumping off of it and turning around in the midair and
yeah,
landing back on it.
I want to
Ron
learn.
Way does a lot of that, and then I just watched another clip today of him, and there was like a car arm thing to stop the cars from, and he jumped off the wheel, let it keep running, ran around it, and jumped back on the wheel and kept going. I was like, crazy, but stuff like that, stuff like Mike Leahy doing, and what was the other guy, Doug?
Yeah, Douglas.
Yeah, I know I always leave Doug out. Sorry, Doug, but Mike and Doug, and all the stuff that they were doing, those kind of things are bringing tricks to the EUC as well, and I'm happy about it. These
Yeah,
guys have Race for the Rail. I'm really hoping that the Wheel Life Rally can get bigger so that more people can come. The dirt bike track that I do it at every year is a huge track that dirt bikers come from all over the world to ride on. It's on ESPN. It's one of the greatest tracks for dirt bike riding in the world, and they build tracks for us for
oh
EUC,
cool.
and it's just
We've
so
been really
dope.
wanting to do that.
Yeah, it's
We've
so
been trying.
dope.
We've been like looking at like trying to find a place or like a dirt bike track out here to do
Yeah,
something like that. Cause like yeah, it's the one wheel community has yeah they have like the one wheel racing league. They have all the like they have all these awesome races and
hmm
they just completed a whole bunch. They have this really cool thing. So when we went down to LA, they were doing the underground circuit and which was like this whole like all these different trails along the West Coast, and they were just doing time trials on Strava, and they
yeah,
were doing it under like ice skating or something like that, so they didn't like mess with like the runners or the bikers times.
yeah,
And I don't know what the like deadline was for it or anything, or if it's still going, but it was really cool, and I was like, I don't know like how we could do something like that with EUC or like I
yeah.
wouldn't want to
But
like have it. I
we
like yes,
will, we will. Trust me, we'll get bigger. Um,
yeah.
so Real Talk says, how does she protect her rims? Have you ever dented any yet?
I actually might have a dented rim on my RS right now. We're not sure. I'm actually
Oh,
gonna like,
I saw that
yeah,
because the tire was acting funny, right?
yeah. Oh my God, it was driving me crazy. so we just did that whole trip to the coast, and I I like we had like this lump in my tire, so it was almost like, you know, when you're going over like a sidewalk and it's like a thump 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 thump
Mm-hmm.
thump. It was like that, and we're pretty sure it's like a problem with the bead, like
Hopefully.
the Kenda bead is warped.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it might be a bent rim, which I just got this wheel. But to answer your question, how do you protect your rim? Really, the only thing you can do is just keep your tire pressure pumped, like before you go hit jumps, and like almost like every time you ride, or every other like after, you know, every like 5 to 10 hours of riding, just to make sure that it's pumped up all the way. Because like the biggest way that you'll like pop
Dent
your
the rim
tire,
is
dent
too
your
soft.
rim,
Yep.
yeah, is if you have low tire pressure and you hit like a really big drop. And also, um, landing on flat
Yeah.
surfaces sucks.
Yeah.
You want to
You
make
want
sure like it's
a,
like
a
yeah, you want
decline.
to land on a downslope, or you want to be
Mm-hmm.
going really fast. Like if you're going fast enough, then landing on flat isn't as hard.
Yep.
But going like just like a straight drop, not only is it bad for your rim and your tire, and it's also like I don't think it's good for your back.
or your or your
Like,
knees
or
or
your
any of
knees.
that. So
Yeah, you
let's
want to land on a slope.
yeah, we got quite a few comments I didn't get yet. So let's jump these in real quick. I don't know if you saw that, but Law said, "What's up, nerds?"
uh,
uh, Man in the Mood said, "I'm still terrified of going downstairs. I got to work on it." Yes, you got to work on it. You got this. EVX says, "Chillin' dweeb." You guys are crazy. Um, Johnny Zapp, I'm afraid of trashing my wheel going downstairs. I weigh 230. Yeah, I weigh 230, man. You saw me. You saw me go down the stairs. Not like
you
I
just
do
gotta
it.
start small.
Yeah, I don't do it a lot, but although I did do it with the EX and with my V11 over here, that's what I normally do it on. But I've gone downstairs on the Sherman, hit curbs and stuff. The Monster, I only had it for a couple days, so I didn't really do much on that. But on the 16X, I've never really done stairs on the 16X because at the time I wasn't even thinking about it. But it's mostly been the V11 and the Sherman and the EX. The EX was a lot of fun to go downstairs on. It's got a lot of body on it, but it rolled well downstairs. Let's see. Hi everyone. Hate mail. What's up, man? Um,
Interesting name.
yeah, music definitely pushes your videos with the damn algorithm. Yes, it does. What we were talking about earlier.
The
So
damn
you can
algorithm.
see how far we are behind. Is she Armenian?
I don't think so. I'm adopted though, so I don't know. I don't really know
Okay.
what
She
I'm
doesn't. She
on the
doesn't
money.
know. She doesn't know. She's gonna do the 23 whatever chromosome thingy, and that she'll get back to you on that.
I'll find out.
um, Tommy from EUC Vibe says, "Hey Kelly,
What's up, dude?
um, back to work. Bye." So we lost Law. So he didn't even get to see the answer, and then we lost Mickey. He said, "Oh, okay, no, he was saying bye to the nerd." Okay.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Malcolm later Law, he was saying bye. Kelly's growth is awesome. She started from doing little bunks to huge jumps. The progress is real.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I can't stop. I'm
Yeah, you
addicted.
can't. You gotta keep going. Oh, Mike's in the house. Mike Leahy. Hell yeah, Kelly.
What's up, Mike?
uh, E border. Yes, yes. Um, Malcontent you says love off roading. It's the best. Yes, man, 100%. I know
Agreed.
people who tell me I just don't do off road. I'm like, dude, you don't know what you're missing. That's the most fun, I
Yeah,
think.
those are the best.
Yeah. Yeah, and he said it's a real workout. It is. And that's another reason why I love it because we're not riding bicycles, we're not on the treadmill, we're not doing the elliptical. So I always feel like I want to ride all the time, but then I feel like I'm neglecting my physical workout. So when I go off road and I do those crazy trails where I'm like I'm out of breath when I'm done, I'm like, all right, I got a little something in, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you're going around these like the big berms and all these like little cuts and turns and the jumps and all this stuff, like It really does. It's like it's a lot of quad, it's a lot of core, a lot of really like small stabilizer muscles that like we
Hmm.
don't really like use a lot or think about.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. EVX, can you though? LOL. NYC is no joke for street riding. Listen, we love street riding, and yes, you're right. New York is tough when it comes to street riding because the roads are shitty and you got to do a lot of traffic dodging. But it's nothing like off road. It's like amazing. You need no fear to ride in NYC. I don't know if I could do it. Well, malcontent, I can tell you that New York riding is another level. Um, Especially riding with the New York crew. I have never ridden with the whole crew. I've only ridden with pieces of the crew, and it's super fun. I had a great time with Mickey. Me and Mickey rode, and he took me to Central Park and through the city a little bit, and we had a good time. But yeah, it is tough. Oh, I hit that one already. Let's see. EUC Vibe says group. I think group riding in New York City, the fastest I've ever rode. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
it looks intense. I don't know. I'm like, I feel like I would have to like have like at least one person that I like am chill with that like knows my skill level that's like part of it because like I just don't know if those guys seem a little like aggressive,
They are
like yeah,
very.
like aggressive riding and also just kind of like aggressive people. I don't know,
There,
like,
there are a couple of them.
like
There are a couple of them that are super aggressive. I won't say any names, but there are a couple of them that I don't know that I would want to ride with because they're super
yeah.
aggressive. But Kelly, I have some really, really good news for you. Okay. Are you ready for this? Hold on. Let me pull the gram down. It's just me and you now. I have some really good news for you. I want to share with you right now. I wish I had a drum roll sound because I would play it. Mike said, I'm taking your wheel apart right now. Your rim is fine.
Sick, awesome.
So Kelly's wheel will survive. There
Sick.
we
That's
are.
great. Yeah, hopefully it's just the yay. But yeah, so that so I put the Kenda on it when I was up there in Seattle on the 433 ride, and
Okay.
I rode around with it for a while.
Wait,
And I was just
for
like,
those that may not know, the Kenda, you're talking about the tire,
yeah, the Kenda is a type of tire. It's like a knobby tire they put on mountain bikes.
so she put the knobby on,
And I didn't realize it for a couple weeks till I just thought I was riding on really like rough terrain or something, and then I got onto a brand new paved road. Like literally they had just paved it that morning,
right?
and I like got onto it and it was like thump 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 thump,
Oh.
and I was like, "Oh, this is wrong. Something's wrong. This is not." And
You're like
I
that's bad.
So I checked everything, and there was like a little bit. The bead was like a little bit off in one place, and I let all the air out of the tire and tried to like squish it back in and get it like seated properly. And I fixed it like 80% of the way. Like it was
Right?
almost good. And then I rode it to when we did the coast ride. So we left Portland, and I rode it all the way there. With that little thump, and by the time and I was like, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, it's not that big of a deal, it's not that big of a deal. And
Yeah.
then we had one of our friends met us out on the coast. We didn't have a support vehicle with us.
Ah.
We had someone meet us on the coast. Like we were just like, okay, just in case
Yep.
something happens, bring a generator. Also bring we had her bring Mike's RS so that he had to wheel the ride while we were there because the Monster Pro is not really like exciting to ride around on trails and stuff.
Nope.
And I'm really glad that we had her do that because I got on the other RS for like a second and I was like, I don't know how I rode this entire thing 90 ways like this. This is awful.
So you,
Like just
yes,
that
you instantly knew
it
then.
was, yeah, like this is not okay. It's like I should not like it wasn't like there wasn't gonna be like any catastrophic failure or anything. It was just like a very, very annoying lump every, rotation that I can't believe I rode 90 miles with it like that.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
yeah.
Um, so who do we got? Panda Bike. I don't think that's Panda. That's a different dude. But Panda Bike says, let's talk about knees. He says, anyone rocking knee braces versus knee guards. I never thought of trying a knee brace while riding. But if I did, I would probably wear the brace, a soft brace underneath the knee protection, because 100% the knee protection is necessary. When I fell off that 16X and slid and scraped all the skin off my knees right through my jeans, I realized how important knee protection is. So, what about
Yeah,
you,
and
Kelly?
the little contusions, like every time you smack your kneecap, it can really wear away the like all the like cartilage and stuff underneath there. And
Mm-hmm.
like, even just those little impacts over time
Oh
wear
yeah.
down everything
It's
in there. And so it's
just
yeah.
just walking every day puts wear and tear on your knees. I had cartilage removed from one knee, and the doctor told me, he said, "Yeah, I don't want you doing nothing extra." I said, "What do you mean? I'll just, I'll do, a little bit." No, I said, "Yeah, but I mean, no." He said, "You don't understand. Most humans going to work and doing their normal deeds that they do, we walk almost 8 miles a day." And he said, "That's enough. Adding to that just wears down your knee faster." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Sorry, doc.
I've really been thinking about that a lot lately too, because like the EUCs are so new, like we don't really know what
The long
the
term.
like wear and tear and like the long term like
Mm-hmm.
effects of riding on is especially just because like like riding EUCs uses a lot of like tiny stabilizer muscles that like I mean the
Yeah.
weird muscles that are strong in my legs are like I don't even know how you would like get those muscles any other way. Um, but I've actually been considering going to like a physical therapist or like somebody to like make like a plan specifically to strengthen and protect the knees. I have been doing like I know like I do a lot of weight training and when I'm consistent with my like deadlifting and my like squats and just all of those exercises that my knees don't hurt as much
Mm.
after long rides. And I think that just like building the extra muscles around your legs and I know like and like also like weightlifting increases your bone density
Mm-hmm.
so all of those things I think contribute to protecting the
Yeah.
knees kind of like a long-term way.
Well, one of
um
the things that we have to remember is, bottom line is, if you're physically fit, then you're better off. Period.
right.
And I hate to say, that's why it bothers me when I think about, okay, I'm riding, I'm not working out. I'm not working out because I know in order to ride so much, I should work out also to make sure that I stay in great shape and ready to ride that wheel.
Yeah, and
Uh
you'll recover faster from injuries
yeah,
if you're fit and if you have more muscle to
definitely.
protect your joints and everything.
I always feel better when I'm on top of my game. Now, since I've been injured, obviously I haven't been able to work out. So I have been going crazy. Haven't been able to ride or work out. Going nuts. So, but
I can't.
yeah. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
can't live like
It's like lose my mind. I'm losing my mind. That's why I started game streaming from my consoles. I'm like, I need to do something. I'm like going nuts, but I need to physically do something. But I'm getting there. So I will be starting to do something soon. I started today doing some physical therapy stuff where he's like, all right, we're going to start getting the weights going and getting you going. I said, good, because if we start the weights on this arm and try to get me to where it's working decent, then I'll start doing it on the other side too. So get me back to where I need to be. But Sensei Vegan said hi. He said, hey, Kelly. Hey, Cobra. What's up, Vegan? Good to see you, brother. I saw this
that.
comment from EVX when we were talking about New York guys. He said, bro, I think Sheridan tried to kill me last night in the woods near the zoo. Great experience, but now I don't trust him. Okay.
Oh yeah, Mick, I heard you're in Portland. Let me ride your V12. Let's go.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't he say that on the stream? Was it on our Instagram interview? Somebody said something I saw that he was
Yeah,
talking
he's
about
in.
that.
Yeah, I heard he's in town. And like he, yeah, I wanna. He has a V12, and I
Yeah.
wanna try it out.
You hear that, Mick? If you're still in Portland, hit Kelly up. She wants to try that V12. And when you get back, let me know because I want to try
Yeah.
it too. I ain't supposed to, but let's see. Reed Carson. Oh wait, on a EC5 says Damn, it's hard to diagnose these wheels. Sometimes good thing you had an extra RS to compare. Yeah.
And to ride back.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been so annoyed. It was just, I'm so glad I didn't have to ride that wheel back.
So Reed Carson says, I do wear a brace under my pads. Arthritis sucks. I agree, Reed. I agree. I ain't no spring chicken either. I know all about it, bro. So EUC Vibe said speed wobbles. Yeah, speed wobbles are a thing, man. Honestly, all you can do is really power through them and carve out of them. Those are the best two things to do when speed wobbles hit you, depending on what you're riding and who you are. But carving out of it and a little more speed. When you panic and brake, it's worse.
Yeah.
I've seen people lose their shit and go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and then all of a sudden it's out of control and they just bail, and that's not good. Not good at
Yeah,
all.
I have like a technique. I mean, I think speed wobbles happen anytime you get on a bigger wheel than you're used to, because I think a lot of it comes down to like your stabilizer muscles not being strong enough.
Um,
And I think like the tire makes a difference too. But I feel like every time I move up to a bigger wheel
mhm.
that I experience a little bit of speed wobbles until I get used to it.
Well, see, I wouldn't agree with that only because I have ridden everything. The only wheel I haven't ridden, I think, is the V12. Oh, not true. The S18 I didn't ride, but changing size wheels, like I was riding the Big Sherman, then I went to the V11. I was riding that, and because I own them, I can switch like daily.
Yeah.
So going back and forth. Honestly, it is what you said about the stabilizer muscles is true, but it happens more when you ride a different wheel than
Yeah,
what you're used to. It could be smaller because
that's true.
I got on the RS and I was like, holy shit! Like I got speed wobbles
Yeah.
in the parking lot. I wasn't even like blowing, and I was like, the hell is this? But it's balanced a little bit different than the one I was riding, the V11, which the V11 is perfectly balanced. The RS, it didn't feel as balanced. And the way that it's set up, it's not straight even balance. So you got to get used to the way. And a lot of Gotway wheels are like that. That two battery packs on one side, one on the other with the control board here, and so you have to learn how that works and how it controls. And then each wheel is different at speed. When you speed
Yeah.
up on a 16X, it is not the same as speeding up on a Sherman. So
No.
people are not used to that, and when you get and let me tell you, anyone can get wobbles. Let me
Yeah.
just dispel that rumor right now, because a couple people said to me, "Well, you've been riding so long, you don't get wobbles." That now. Don't say that.
It's the wheels. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
different wheels. It's funny because I actually haven't had, and I think it's the tire too, because
Also
that's what
true.
some people have said too, is like the stock tire, like the stock Gotway tire on like the MSP and the RS, I had really bad wobbles on, and then my RS, I put the knobby tire on it, and I've never had any speed wobbles with it. I think
That's
that
cool.
the knobbier tires kind of like you're like there's not like I think the regular street tire has like more of a curve to it, and that curve I think lends itself to wobbles a little bit more.
That's probably accurate, because I know there's a lot of people that get one tire and just can't take it, and they switch and they're like, "Oh, I love this wheel." And it was just a matter of changing the tire that made all the difference in the world for them. And
Yeah,
I can tell you,
tire can make a huge difference. I think that like having,
huge.
yeah, huge difference.
Um, one of the one of the things that let's see if I can get to it. One of the other things that got me was the let me see, can I pull this? No, I don't want to do that one. Is the when I was riding the EX, I was like, oh, the EX, this is gonna be, and it was so heavy, but the EX gave me a whole different feel on the wheel. Like I felt so great on that wheel. Um, as you can see here, I was I was having a blast. And let me see if I can. Should I? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't tried the EXN yet, or sorry, the EX. I have ridden the EXN, and I really like the EXN. It's a really nice, it feels really nice. It's a nice wheel.
Yeah, the EX is
That's the one with the
incredible.
suspension.
It's heavy. The little suspension gives you a little bit, but the reason I put this up is the balance. Now, when I first got on, I was like, okay, how does this feel? And I was like, oh, this is different. I got some wobbles on the EX, and that's a heavy, nice heavy wheel, but the way that it's balanced was different than what I was riding. Now you probably can't
Yeah.
tell here because I was just having fun. I was just loving that wheel, but even that little section right there, I think, although I was going over some bumps, I think it wobbled a little bit. But I was like just watching this, I remember how much fun I had on that wheel, even though I didn't have it for a very long period of time. So that was it. Just made me think of the fact that different wheels definitely give you a different feel, and it depends on um, who you are and how you are on that wheel. So um, let's see, what else did I miss here?
That
Panda,
different wheel, different feel.
yeah. Panda Bike says digging the format. Back to work. I gotta go. And safe travels. All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, all the gear, all the time.
That's right. You gotta have it.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that phrase until I had a really bad crash, and one of my friends who's a motorcyclist said it. He was like, "ACAT," and I was like, "Excuse me, what?" And then he was like, explained all the gear all the time. I was like, ah, I do need to do that.
Oh, EUC vibes, right. When I was talking about the RS that I had the wobbles on, it was his, Tommy, EUC vibes,
Ah,
because he was at the Real Life Indoor Rally that we did at the go-kart track. And
sweet.
afterwards, yeah, where I won, by the way, the 11, say it again. Anyway, because it was so many guys that were better than me on wheels, and I was just like, and I was just happy. So EVX said, "I'll be here till the end of the month. I'll be at FNR." I don't know what that is.
That's our we have a weekly group ride here in Portland, the Friday night ride.
Oh, okay.
Uh so every Friday we meet and there's like we go like around the waterfront and there's like a whole we have the whole route. It's been going on since like 2017. It actually started as a one wheel ride. And now we have it the EUCs have mostly taken over.
So many things started out as a one wheel something.
But now we have, I mean, it's pretty good though, because we've got like there's e-bikes, e-scooters, the one wheels, the EUCs. There's a lot. We have like every PEV show up, so it's a really good ride. It's a good time.
And I love that. I love when we can all come together. That's one thing I have no problem with. Some people don't like it. Some people really don't like to ride with other PEVs, which I don't think makes any sense because I mean we're all riding electric vehicles that we love and we need to make sure that we respect each other but also look out for each other and why wouldn't we share the road?
Right.
That's
It's
how
like
I
I think that
feel.
there's definitely times when it makes sense to have like specific rides just because the way that like the speed, like one wheels don't go as fast, and certain things like that. And like, the way I've definitely had some like e-board EUC mishaps, or I've seen some mishaps with like the e-boarders wiping out or clipping a pedal on a EUC or whatever. So it's
Yep.
like there's
Yeah.
sometimes, but like, I think in general that it's fun to do the big group rides with all of the PEVs together. Just because of that, yeah, we're all in electric vehicles, and I don't mind going like, if you're doing it's like there's time there's group rides that are for speed and just like mobbing, and then there's group rides that are the point is to ride in a group. It's
Yeah.
it's fun to
Yeah. And
all be in one big group.
I honestly like when people say that. Like when you're riding, I like when people talk about it. Hey, this is a chill ride.
Yeah.
And you let them know because you don't want people out there flipping out and acting crazy because like I said, I've met a couple guys in New York that I wouldn't want to ride with. And it was just their behavior and activity while we were in little groups. Like I went there for the Sherman when the Sherman was unveiled, and we went for the demo day. And there were some guys, most 95% of the people that I met there, not even 98%, I loved, had a great time meeting everybody. But there was a couple dudes I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I want to ride with him. And so
Yeah.
if they show up at your ride and turn it into a,
A
craziness,
race.
then, yeah, then you're not, it's not good. It's not good. There's some of your circus activity there.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah, and on those big group rides too, it's like you have the power in numbers. Like when the group stays together, you're able to like take over streets and go through, like, you can take over a light because there's enough of a crowd that that traffic will stop, and they'll be like, cool, you can like go through this light, and
Mhm,
people are cool about it. But when it gets split up and sparse and you have people like running red lights in packs of
mhm,
like two or three and it's all split like that, it gets dangerous, and it's less like, it's less accepted, because in Portland here too we have a very big like bike ride culture.
mhm.
There's like the World Naked Bike Ride, and there's like June in Portland is Pedapalooza. So there's all these like different themed bike rides, and this has been going on for years.
And when you say
So
Portland, you're at Portland, where?
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, in case you were wondering,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so in Portland, we've had like this bike culture for a long time. So like you have like people have heard about like the Naked Bike Ride. It's like this like big like it's I mean I think they've had like upwards of like 10,000 people show up, and everybody's in various forms of nakedness, and they do a big group ride around the city. And this has been going on for like 10 plus years. And like these aren't
Can you send
permitted.
send me the
They just
date?
like do them.
Send me the date of that.
Yeah, it was in like June or May or something. It already
Bam,
happened this
bam.
year. Um, but and then there's all these other rides. There's like a onesie ride, and then there's like, like there's like all these like themed, like there's like these themed rides, like people dress up in different things, or they have different sorts of music or whatever, and they just renegade do these rides. And so people in Portland, as far as traffic go, I mean, like you see a giant group of bikers start to go, everybody's like, okay, we're gonna sit at this green light for a minute
Mhm.
while this like 300 bicyclists go by. So that's like kind of built into the culture of Portland. So the group rides here, we kind of have just like piggybacked off of that with our like group rides as well.
Well, that's good because it's good that the giant group goes through. Like you said, it's hard though when there's like two knuckleheads that just took off and went first and they blow through the red light. Or there's,
Yeah.
four knuckleheads and they're way in the back clowning around doing crazy stuff. And then they
And
come
then people
through
are trying to
after
catch
you.
up here, this
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
it's just like,
Uh,
yeah.
but at the same time, I do have to mention what you just said before all that. Part of the problem is when you ride with, people that are on e-boards or on scooters or on one wheels, they take up more real estate on the road. And when they're turning, sometimes there's a chance, because I've seen several accidents where either a boarder ran into a EUC rider or a scooter turned, and and it was like, whoa. So their
Yeah,
turning is
it's the
different than
keyboards on the turns.
yes,
They
yes,
they have to take wider turns. They
yeah.
can't turn as sharply, and so
Mhm.
they're in both directions. And EUC turns sharp as this one's going around, or they're trying to
Mhm.
go around, and then it's yeah. I think that's one of the biggest one of the bigger wipeouts I've seen is the e-board versus EUC.
Yeah, yeah, it's sketchy when it happens because you're like, oh, because you know how bad it can be. I had a wipeout where I broke my camera because but it was on a skateboard, and the guy he was trying a trick, and he did some
Mhm.
trick. He jumped off the wall. He was trying to, you know, I think he was trying to throw his tail up on the wall or something. Whatever, he lost it and kicked the board out like towards me. And as I was going by, he kicked the board out towards me. I went, hey, to wave at him, and his board came under my wheel. And my wheel
Yikes.
just hit the board and instantly stopped because the board's just high enough to stop the wheel if you don't jump it. So
Right.
it's
And even if
it's
you do, I mean, and if you jump it and you don't clear
right,
it completely, and it just,
right. Turn sideways. Oh yeah.
I hate
So
all of it.
I hit
I
the
think the best thing you could do is just actually just bail off your
yeah.
wheel at that point.
Oh, I had no choice because I didn't even see it. Like I looked at him and said hi, and all of a sudden my wheel was gone. and I'm like, blam! I hit the ground. I had a Insta360 ONE X at the time, smashed both lenses. It was
Yikes. It's
bad. I was
always a
not.
bummer when you break your 360 because
Oh,
you can't really fix. You have to like send it in to get it fixed.
and they didn't even fix that one. So I ended up having to buy another one.
Dang.
Yeah, yeah, not happy. I was, yeah, Cobra was not happy that day. So, but it happens. So let's see. Also, Mickey said he said just let off the gas and any wobble. But the key, people, I want to make sure people hear
Love
this.
you.
Yeah, let off the right. There's a difference between letting off the gas and braking. Because most people, when they get wobble, start trying to brake real hard. Oh my god, oh my god! And as soon as you brake really hard and it's already out of control, it like instantly puts you into a harder wobble. So just let off the gas and carve out of it, and you won't have a problem usually getting control back from that wobble. You just can't panic and bail because a lot of people do. Let's see. Oh, so he said you got a speed wobble on a CST tire. Really? I think it was the CST tire that was on it because that's what normally comes on the RS, right? That's what came on yours. Tommy, EUC vibes. Tell me, was that the CST tire I was on that day? I don't even remember. Let's see. So Mickey said, in New York we ride with all PEV if they can keep up. We don't discriminate. The key is if they can keep up.
Yeah, so it's like the scooters and the scooters and the e-bikes probably mostly.
Yeah, yeah. There's some keeping up to be done. The one other thing I wanted to say about your videos here, your your leggings play a role in your videos.
I don't like regular pants. They're uncomfortable.
Listen, I along with every guy who watches your videos is not complaining. Okay,
Yeah, no.
I'm
I don't
just
think anyone
okay. Let me take that back. Every guy and girl that watch your videos
Right.
are not complaining, but I can tell you that not only are they colorful, but interesting. And I'm like, she chooses the best pants. Like, I'm like, way to go, Kelly.
Yeah, no, I like leggings. I'm not a fan of jeans. They're not flexible enough.
Well, I'm okay with that. And then we have wait, they're not always leggings.
I know. Definitely, and this gets hot enough and I start riding in the shorts. Although that did get me, I got like a pretty bad like tire burn on my leg
Mm,
recently that kind of sucked because I'm
yeah,
wearing shorts.
yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't. That's one thing I don't envy you. And I won't ever try. I saw who did else? I saw somebody else. Who did the same thing. Um, who was it? Oh, Mono Wheel Melody.
yeah,
She rides in a skirt and stuff, and I'm like, no, you fall and eat shit on that, and there's no way you're gonna stop the road rash. I'm sorry.
yeah. I
I
mean, I'm
just
not
can't
usually
see it.
going high speed. I don't usually go high speeds if I'm wearing that. Usually it'll just be like going on like a little short distance ride or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's like whatever. There's time and place for every different style of clothes for riding.
Yeah, there is. But like I said, the time and place right now is for Kelly's leggings.
Yeah.
Because they are definitely working. And I'm like, oh, I like that. There you go. Jump, jump. See, you can't get. That's the only time you have that kind of fun in the city when you see stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You gotta just like hop around curbs and stuff and look for like I always like when the trees are like growing up into the sidewalk because it creates
Yep,
all these little jumps for you to
yep.
like hop around.
That's fun. That's totally fun. Uh,
Oh yeah, this is what I was that if you scroll up on the one more,
that
this is
one.
what I was talking about with like
Oh,
this is
flat.
like
Ooh,
uh, it hurts. I
yeah. I
did
don't
that, and
like
then I was
those.
like, that would like took like so much courage to like do it, and like
Ugh,
now I would do that. Now it's like that drop isn't very big, but I just like I'm like that's just not even fun. It just is
no,
like to flat, and it sucks, and you're just gonna bend your rim.
no, I don't like those. This was an incredible shot right here. Just so you
Thanks.
understand that That's why I used it on the cover. That was like that's everything right there. That's everything. Love the creativity. Love the angle, the color scheme, all that. You can see I'm always green and black, and I'm always trying to do. So I just love colors, but I love black. So I'm always trying to, you know, make it work off each other, and that just works.
Yeah, the purple and pink with black is my aesthetic for sure.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I'm glad to be able to share a lot of your work here, because I know we do all the things that we do, putting stuff together, and a lot of times we don't get, people don't get to see what we do. Like I like that's the behind the scenes there. Uh,
Yeah, this is how I take all my shots. A lot of these shots I'm like taking of myself with my phone and a tripod or something.
yeah,
And this is how I did that one.
yeah, but that's good because no one knows how we do it. Like, oh, because you've got some really good shots like that. I really like. You
Yeah.
know. Uh, with the lights and stuff, and the angle is perfect. And I want to do like more like that, and I'm like I just gotta take time, and it is just that, having the time to really enjoy it and go out and find spots to do what you really like to do, and then be creative while you're out there. It's like you were having such a good time right there. I know it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to find. It's fun to like just look for those little shots, like look for cool places that can like capture a moment or like tell a story with.
You can't do that on your RS yet, can you?
Not really. I haven't really tried it very much. It's so heavy. It doesn't really like feel
Mhm.
very nice, but I'm working on it.
So who got a new visor? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's before it got all scratched up. I mean, that was the original one, and then I put a new one on it that is not as scratched up now.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the new one.
No, that's like an old one. Yep, there's my leggings.
There you are. Yes, they are. Kelly gives the best view of the leggings. Yeah, I honestly I was like, when I saw some of these things that you posted, I was like, did she just, I mean, she hasn't been riding that long. How is she learning all these tricks? And then I'm like, then when we talked, I was like, oh, she came from doing some of that stuff. And then she brought it to the wheel. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, yeah. I've been hooping for like I've been doing like the hoop and other floor arts and stuff like that for like 8 to 9 years now. So it's
Oh,
you
wow.
know, picked it up and then started doing it on the wheel.
Well, that's really good. So I just wanted to share a lot of your work because, like I said, oh, and here, let me see if I can.
Yeah, this is the coast. I'm actually gonna do a full length YouTube video of all of this. These were all just sort of the little snapshots, but I got like a lot of a lot of stuff with like the GoPro and like talking about how we were doing things and how we planned this trip, how we managed our charging, how we managed our crew, and all of that. So I'm going to be compiling all the footage. We got some cool drone shots along the way also.
Nice.
Um, and so soon it's going to take me a minute because editing YouTube videos is a lot of work.
Yes, it
But
is.
I'm gonna have a full like little mini documentary of this whole trip on my YouTube in the next like week or so.
That's cool. That's really cool. And yeah, it's funny I hear you say that because people ask me, um, well, why didn't you do a video about this? Why didn't you do a video? I said, dude, you know how it takes a little bit to do, do these videos. I know I put
Yeah,
them out, and you think, okay, he's got another video. Well, to you, it's still just another video. To me, that was an investment in some time.
yeah. I mean, I've got like a queue of videos that I need to get out. Like I still have a bunch of footage from our trip down in LA and like hanging out with all of like the one wheel crew down there as well as like riding around in San Francisco that I haven't posted yet. I haven't edited any of it yet. Um,
Well,
So
I hope you get to it.
I need to like hibernate and like
Yeah.
stop going on adventures for like a week and just edit video for like a week straight.
I hope you get to it because I have so much video, like I said, that I never got to because of that same thing. I got so busy and I was like, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it. And I ultimately never got to it. And there's a lot of video on file in like, in on one. SD card or another and one camera or another that I'm like, damn, I never did that video. Damn, I never did that video. Damn, I missed that
Right.
video too. So you definitely got to make sure you take the time to get to it, because otherwise you'll fall victim just like I did.
I just flitters away and lives in the memory card forever, never to be seen, never to see the light of day.
uh, so let's see if what we missed here. Let's see. So Panda Bike says they make Kevlar leggings now, no problem. No,
What?
you better look into
Oh
it.
my God.
I hope he's telling the truth.
I know, I need those.
So okay, time to get ready for Timber Games.
Yeah, go Portland. You
Yep.
better be rooting for the Timbers.
Okay. 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 See you around. So Mickey had to go. Mickey, thanks for being here. Thanks everybody for jumping in the chat. I really appreciate it. I mean, we had some pretty consistent people here. A lot of people that were working and just had to jump in when they could. I don't know if I said this one. I might have missed this guy. Mixmaster. He said, love the show. I'm patiently waiting on my EXN. Should be mid-August. Yeah, good luck, bro. Hope you get it soon. And I hope they revamped. Well, the control board on that one is not really known as a problem. It's just the Monster Pro. Every time I see people riding, I get nervous because I had zero warning that thing was gonna give out. Zero. The motherboard just went. So I'm waiting for the new motherboard, the blackboard that they had already designed, and I was like, well, if they designed that, why didn't they just have us wait? Tell us, hey, there's a recall. Don't ride them until you get them. And they're like, no, most people are okay. Sure, most people. My shoulder's gone. Never is gonna be the same ever, and I regret it so much. But I'm still gonna ride.
Yeah.
There's just no way I'm not gonna ride. When I sold my wheel the other day, just riding in a circle. All I did was rode in a circle to show him, yeah, it does work, and I was riding in it, and I gave it to him. I stepped off, and I go, damn, I really want to ride.
Yeah, you're like, I need this. I need this
I was
back in
like,
my life.
drugs, I need this. And I guess because I stay so far removed from it, I don't go to meet up with anybody or do anything around the wheels other than videos. So I'm not as tempted, because I don't think I could go somewhere where a bunch of people were riding and not ride. I don't think I could do it.
Right.
I would, but then I
It'd
would
be
get,
hard. It'd be difficult.
yeah. Then I'd get home and my clothes would be outside. So,
Like, don't-
nobody wants me to ride again. Everybody, all my friends, her friends, everybody. They're like, good thing you ain't gonna ride that thing no more. I'm like, don't think I can say that. What?
You're like, I never said that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I know you want me to agree with you, but that's not gonna happen. All right. So, did we miss anything? Yes. Oh, who's this? Star. All right. Currently sitting in my room with my gear on and trying to find the courage to go out and do my third day of training. My fear isn't falling, but it's getting injured. Any advice on how to fall safely? I will tell you, if you're trying to learn, if you have like a wall or a fence that you can move along, it helps you to get going and get the idea fast. And then think about the fact that you can always break. People forget when they're learning and they're like, and you can always just lean back a little bit. Get used to the breaking and going and breaking and going. I have people stand on the wall or the fence and go forward and back and forward and back. So they get used to the feeling of making it go and making it break. So get used to that more than just going. Because if you just go and you don't really know how to break, that's when you can get hurt. Also, breaking, and you can always just step off.
Yeah.
You can just step off. You're not going fast because you're just learning. Just step off. Worst case scenario. But if you're moving too fast to step off, brake, then step off. I mean, that would be my, and make sure you have all your gear on, no worries. But dude, there's don't fear it. Don't fear it. Just go. I know
Yeah.
that I got horribly hurt, and I'm not the only one. But the pros outweigh the cons. The exhilaration, enjoyment, freedom, the magnificent feeling you feel when you're riding outweighs anything else. Just gear up, ride safe, and go for it, brother. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. What would you say, Kelly?
Yeah, I think like learning on grass is a good thing because it kind of takes that, like, it's a little lumpier, it's a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult like to ride on, but it takes away a lot of the fear of falling because you're not gonna like hit concrete and it's a little bit softer. So
Yeah.
if there is like a park, like a relatively flat park, that's a really great place to like learn on.
Mm.
And then I always teach people to like um, learn to walk with it. It helps with like slowing down and stepping off because if you're comfortable like getting on and off of the like wheel as you're going and kind of like learning to ride with like one leg while you're and
Mm-hmm.
like slowing down with one leg,
Mm-hmm.
it does help. And
Yep.
also when I'm teaching people, I always just tell them like just jump off the wheel. Like
Yeah.
if you're going under like 12 miles an hour,
Yeah.
just hop off of it. Let the wheel just, if you're in a safe place where, you know, if the wheel starts to lose control, like hop off it. It's really good to have like padding or a case around your
Yeah.
wheel because so that you don't have to worry about damaging it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also, you know, the tuck and roll. Don't try to run it out and like where if you lose control and you have to bail and run, um, don't even try that if you're going faster than like 15 miles an hour, because that's how people will break their leg from the impact or from the like momentum. And if you're going any faster than like 15 miles an hour, when when you fall, you just need to tuck and roll and accept it. uh, People who try to like catch it and like hop off the wheel and run, yeah, that's a definitely a bad time. So learning how to kind of roll off a fall is going to be really important, which also something that you can practice on grass.
Mm-hmm.
Just hop off and go. But
The
you know,
thing, the
crashes
thing,
are inevitable. So
the thing I like is where, as long as you have wrist guards and knee protection and a helmet, most falls are not going to hurt you as much. Now, wearing the chest protector, like I wear the motorcycle jacket that has the chest, the chest, the back, the shoulders. I mean, it has all the protection. I've fallen several times, and normally I fall faster, and I just slide forward because I have the wrist guards on. It just slides on my wrist. I've slid on my chest. I slid on my knees. I popped up. Let's go. I was ready to go because I had all the gear on. I was able to slide. I was able to get up, and I didn't panic. I didn't try to do anything crazy. Like she said, keep running and keep running. I didn't try to do all that. I fell, and I was like, whoa. I reached out, so I knew I had my wrist guards on. I wasn't worried. I glided. I looked around me to make sure traffic wasn't going to run me over. And then, I popped up and did my thing. So I would be careful, but don't be all nervous about it, man. Just get it done, man. Just make it happen. Welcome to the wheel life. Get it done. Uh,
you
he's
got this.
he said I'm a total newbie. LMAO. And malcontent use. Gotta go to work. Keep it wheel. You too, brother. Oh man. So it's cool, man. I appreciate like everybody because everybody's got their own story. And I love that we come together and tell it to each other, and it helps us. Um, oh, he said he heard us. He said I appreciate both of your advice. Thank you all for my crashes have happened. Four of my crashes have happened the exact same way. Not taking my right leg off the wheel when falling off to the right. Well, if you're falling off that slow, just
Oh,
get off because
just jump off. Yeah.
you're obviously going slow. If you step off with one leg and you're trying to hop. Yeah, no, don't do that. Just hop off the wheel. Remember, the wheel is the thing, even though you paid money for it, the wheel is the thing that you sacrifice first. Before
Oh,
anything, if you step off and the wheel goes, Most of the time, if you're going slow, you can just catch it anyway. But
Also,
just get off. Go ahead.
from what it sounds like, if you're falling to the right and not taking your foot off, you're also probably you're probably pushing with your toes and kind of causing the wheel to go more to
Yep.
the right as you're falling. Because if you're taking your left leg off and you don't have a lot of control of
Yeah.
like the turn, you're probably it's probably continuing the fall in that direction.
Yeah.
So learning to control the wheel a little bit better with your right foot, even just practicing like pivoting in a circle on your left foot and with your right foot on the wheel and just practicing that control. And then also, yeah, just hopping all the way off. But it sounds like if you're crashing to the right like that, that you're probably pushing outward on on the wheel as you're falling.
Yeah. That's probably what he's doing. Like if he's going to that direction. But I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the fine motor controls you're not going to get until you get it. Like, and it's weird to say, but once it clicks, when it clicks, you're gonna be like, oh, it's such a weird feeling to go from not being able to get it to then, oh, it's I
You're
like
just letting that
crazy.
cruise.
Yeah, it happens like from one ride to the next. Then it's like, oh, wait, and your brain just gets it, and you start getting the mechanic. Then okay, and then you're gonna keep trying and trying and trying, and you just get better quickly. He says that he's gonna go find some grass. Good luck with that. The grass,
Yay.
yeah, I never liked the grass only because where I was doing it was too lumpy, and I like to get
Yeah.
used to the feeling. But it's definitely better for if you're worried about falling. Um, but definitely find somewhere where there's a wall or a fence that you can work along, and definitely work on your footwork, like front back, front back, front back, and one foot on. I always make sure people put that one foot that you're gonna start with. Check which foot is dominant. Check and like mess around with that one foot on the wheel. Get used to controlling the wheel, so when you step off the stop at a light, you're able to control the wheel. That gives you a better feeling. All those things are the little motor controls that you need to control it. Once they all start to click, you're gonna feel magnificent, dude. Let's see. Totally correct about pushing the wheel with my toes. Yep. If you guys are interested, you're gonna show us. hey,
Sweet.
hey, definitely tag us,
So
man.
see your progress. Yeah.
Yeah, tag us with your progress. We definitely, hey, we are here for each other. You need support. We support you, man. This community sticks together. So no worries, dude. We got you. But I am gonna wrap it up. This was really great talking to you, Kelly.
Yeah, you too.
I'm glad you had time to stop by. I'm glad you made it back from your trek. Because you really did have me worried that you weren't going to make it back.
We made it back. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good thing. You had some amazing adventures out there, and you did what a lot of us really want to do. It's funny. I'm out of work now, and all I can think about is riding. But I'm out of work because I got hurt riding, so I can't like go and just ride. So it's frustrating, especially because I didn't hurt my leg, so I could ride. But
Right. It's tough. It's tough.
yeah,
You just gotta heal up though,
yeah.
so you can get back in it.
Mentally, all I'm thinking is you can ride, and then I'm thinking, yeah, but what if you fall on the arm that you already can't use? Like, really? How genius is that?
Right.
so, so I'm like, I don't know. But after riding the 16X in the parking lot, I'm like, maybe I'll take my V11 out in the driveway. I don't know. It's bad because the feeling once you learn how to ride, people, you guys know it's hard to not ride. It's hard to not ride. That is for sure. So it is what it is. But Kelly, I wish you continued success and all your growth. Just continue to do what you're doing because you're already on the trajectory to keep making us look good, and I appreciate that. Um, You know, if you find those Kevlar leggings, let me know. Hit me up.
I know. I need those. I am about to like go do a Google search.
That's right. You better check them out real quick because it's necessary to get those, especially if they got them in purple and black. What?
Yeah. I'm sure they have them in black. That's like the one. I'm like, I'll
Yeah,
wear black leggings every time.
they definitely have them in black. They definitely. Okay, hold on. What did he say here? I posted the video of my first 3 crashes on the EUC subreddit a few days ago. I linked it above too, but I think YouTube's chat bot auto deleted it because it's a link. Keep keep killing it, guys. Thanks. Yeah,
I'll
dude.
go check out the subreddit.
Yeah, you can also put it in. This will be on YouTube also, so you can just post it in there, and I'll look back at it because I look at all anybody that posts any comments on any of my videos. I always look at. So just put it in there, and I'll definitely check it out. And Kelly, again, keep me updated, girl. Just let me know what you're doing because hopefully, I mean, I'll make it out that way one day. And you know, and if you do happen to make it out here for the Wheel Life Rally, that would be dope. It's gonna be in September. I don't know what you're up to in September, but and I
I don't know yet.
yeah, I can't give you the date yet, but I'll let you know. That's for sure. Hold on, hold on. Revzilla has the tights.
Sick.
Go on,
Okay, cool.
Revzilla. So not only is she gonna have the killer view that we're gonna get with those leggings, but she's also gonna be armored up.
Yes, my
that
butt
be,
will be protected.
yeah, you gotta protect the buns. If nothing else, you gotta protect the buns and the noodle. I mean, I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
I do want to give you an opportunity. Is there anything else that you want to say? As you can see, a lot of people follow you, and a lot of people are interested in what you have to say. So, is there anything you want to share before you go?
I don't know. I mean, thanks for everybody who tuned in and all the questions, and looking forward to just continuing on my journey on the wheel, and yeah, seeing what the future of EUC has got in store for us.
Definitely, definitely. I he had to chime in. He said bun protection is key. Yes. So again, I we thank you for all of your contributions to our EUC life because honestly, the more attention you get, the more attention we get, and the more sharing that we do, the tighter our community can be. And again, I hope that we're going to be able to do bigger things with our EUC and all the things that more people are doing with it. And I know that with people like you and Mike and those that bust through the algorithm and get picked up and caught by more people outside of just the wheel life. Excuse me. When you do that, you give us an avenue. So
Yeah.
when I get something, I'm definitely gonna make sure I send it to you and Mike to make sure that you guys can get it to your audience, that the ones that don't know me, that don't see me, that and that will spread wide and give us an ability to reach more people because I want everybody to ride. I want everybody to come in. Um,
Yeah.
my last military drill, like a month and a half ago, I brought 2 wheels to the base and I was teaching people to ride on the military base. I was like, I want everybody to ride. And they were like, you just love this thing. I said, trust me, once you learn how to ride, it's hard not to love it. Um, it's very freeing and it's something that I thank God that I discovered in the woods while taking pictures, trying to do other YouTube videos. And the 2 guys rode by me and that was it. I was in love instantly. Actually, that was the one thing I didn't ask you is when's the first time you discovered it? But you told us. You said it was a circus, right?
Yeah, I was at like circus. It was like juggling gatherings.
Yeah. So you had an instant introduction. I didn't. I was reviewing the Canon M50 camera and just happened to run into these guys. So the EUC just ran into my life, and I haven't been able to stay away from it since. So But anyway, you guys have a great night. Kelly, thanks again. I appreciate you. And we'll talk again soon, okay?
Sweet. Thanks. Have a good night.
All right, you guys. We will talk to you guys later, and we'll see you in the next one. Remember, everybody, make sure that you ride safe, gear up, and keep it real.